What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another reaction. In today's video, we are finally going back to B2B. It has B2 been a while. That was a terrible freaking pun. I'm so sorry you had to hear that. If you feel like unsubscribing following this cringeworthy pun, feel free. That wasn't even a pun, that was unsuccessful. No regrets though. We're checking out I'll Be Your Man by B2B, and the reason for that is because I'm currently reacting to Kingdom on Patreon. Quick shameless plug if you want to check it out. Episode 5 I just checked out, and Stray Kids covered this song. I personally really enjoyed it, and B2B's cover of Backdoor is one of the coolest freaking covers I've ever heard, and I rewatched that performance like 25 times over. Plus, Backdoor, the original song, is one of my favorite songs in K-pop. It is literally my ringtone and has been ever since I discovered that song. As far as Stray Kids go, I really enjoyed that performance. Some of the criticisms that I've seen suggest that Stray Kids focused a little bit too much on trying to show off their vocal abilities by trying to trade punches with the original with B2B's vocal abilities. Truly amazing stuff. And also, Stray Kids took a dark song and made it even darker. That is also another critique that I kind of seen, or something that I've seen in the comments. And I didn't really think about it because I usually prefer the darker stuff. So to me, it was a beautiful performance. The rankings that should suggest kind of otherwise, regardless, seeing as no one gets eliminated, unlike in Road to Kingdom. These rankings and everything is just kind of like either a boost of confidence for some teams who place high, or a soul-crushing event for other teams that place incredibly low. Other than that, it's just a means to create extra drama for Mnet. In my opinion, the Stray Kids performance was absolutely beautiful. The acting, the vocals, the actual set, the production, everything was really, really wonderful. However, I'm very excited to check out the original by B2B. So without any further ado, and checking them out on Kingdom, and obviously checking out Hoota's Boom was really quite something. I was really just started kind of like that video made me so unaware of the many different sides that these guys have, and obviously his front, which is very muscular and everything. So that I did not mean it to sound like that, Jesus. So without any further ado, if you guys enjoyed this content, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, check out the Patreon if you want to see some exclusive reactions, and also support this channel. Some of the reactions obviously include Kingdom, as well as Road to Kingdom, Quindom, lots of Blackpink content, as well as TV shows like Snowdrop, and currently watching Hotel Del Luna. If you want to catch any of those reactions, make sure to check out the link below. All of the information to all of the stuff that I have reacted to or am reacting to is available for you guys to see before ever signing up. So let's get into it.
Girl, I don't know where you are, but if you can hear my prayer, give me one last shot.
Oh, damn. Whoa. So I am aware that B2B is more than 4 members, obviously, unlike what we saw in Kingdom. Oh, damn.
날 만난다면 불길도 기꺼이 걸어 들어가니까 써있는 곳 My hello 하늘 위에 도는 데려가 내 기도 끝으로 지까지 들이다면 바라와줘 내 꿈에서 I'll be your man
Oh my god, this is beautiful.
Always on my mind, always on my mind. That girl is on my mind 24/7, 365.
Dear God, do you hear my cry? I pray for her back every night. Promise you that I'm a better man, won't never let her go, no, not again. 한 번만 기회를 달라고. 제발 내게 다시 돌아오라고.
Oh, whoa, that was beautiful. Holy wow. This music video is amazing. There's one thing that I want to talk about later. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh my, literal destruction in that scene as everything just crumbles apart. The actual setting of almost like this revolution and them being like almost like trying to escape or rebel. They're like this B2B are like the only people that are left that are fighting this regime and whatnot. Up until she showed up, I actually had like this interesting thought that they're not just speaking to a woman, but as they're fighting like this they're fighting a losing fight, but they're fighting for something that is right, and therefore they're willing to die for it, which applies to not only a human being that you are ready to die for, as like this is a metaphor of me going through everything that is possible to get you back, but also in the context of them being rebellious or rebelling against like this army and whatnot. It's like them fighting for peace. Like I'll get that peace back, fighting, taking back what is ours, having peace again, and not be terrorized. Some of the choreography with them in that warehouse, everybody's just falling down, almost as if like they've been gunned down. It was really beautiful, like beautiful. The choreography. I'm not a psycho. Like it's not beautiful that it happened. Obviously, just need to constantly make sure to let you guys know that I'm not a psycho. I mean, not a psycho. So obviously, the biggest thing about this music video and the story is that twist at the end with the woman, sorry, being part of the army forces or the regime that B2B is running from or fighting against, as they are in that church, which is supposed to represent like a safe place where nothing bad will happen. She ended up betraying them and being sort of a bait for the regime to get B2B and capture them. As we see with all these shots of like this black and white, all these caged up shots of the different members, almost like in isolation and all kinds of things. And also some of the shots with Min Hyuk, and I'm sorry for butchering his name, and the woman in church. The lighting was very pure and warm, almost like to represent peace. Like in the midst of this chaos, there's peace in that church because they feel safe. And this woman is supposed to represent that same peace that they are fighting for, like love and peace that they are fighting for, without knowing that in the end, that woman is actually part of that regime and that evil that has surrounded them all along. This was quite beautiful. I do want to take it back because there were so many incredible things about this song musically, visually. It's absolutely haunting. The high notes over that super fast rap, that was such a beautiful contrast. Hearing those high notes and yet you hear that super fast flowing rap. It almost kind of represents chaos in a way that is in their minds because there's high notes, but then there's like this confusion with all this fast flowing rap that is happening. Creates a really like beautiful chaos. Is what I would kind of describe that section. It's absolutely breathtaking. Let's take this back.
Girl, I don't know where you are, but if you can hear my prayer.
Like literally, they're not just praying for the girl. They're praying for peace. Like praying to God. Like if you can hear me, I don't know where you are. As there's like the girl represents peace, like that light that we see, the light that is shining on his face. Like literally, it's almost like a light at the end of the tunnel. You are my light at the end of the tunnel. It's because of you that I can keep going because I have a goal that I'm working towards. As in context of this music video, they're battling for peace and escaping this regime.
But if you can hear my prayer, give me one last shot.
Man, and like the working chandelier as it's completely mangled, it's also a really cool representation because chandeliers in K-pop and in general are a representation of prestige. It's also a representation of like the sun shining upon us in a way, or that is my interpretation at least. But here, the chandelier is completely mangled, but it's still working. So it's like the world has been flipped upside down, but there's still kind of like this light. The sun is kind of still shining, which is also a cool representation and very tragic with how this music video kind of ends. And as he prays, the lights go off. Damn. He looks completely different. It almost like Minhyuk's aesthetic and everything looks too pretty, so it's almost like a flashback of sorts, to the point before they realized that she was the bad guy. So maybe when she finally comes out as the bad guy, as they're detained, it is a shock to us, but it's not necessarily a shock to them. That was a really cool shot. He looks at the light, and it's almost like, again, to me, it's like a flashback of them being at church. Like church was supposed to represent a safe place to them, only to find out that within that church there was the very evil that they were trying to escape and hide from. So he looks at the light, and then it reminds him of that time that he was praying in that church. And also that light is also kind of representing the fact that please give me one last chance, as they're like trying to convince themselves that it's going to be okay, perhaps. Not really sure, but like some of these visuals are truly symbolic, and the way it's edited makes you feel like it's a flashback. Literally, the placement of him in that church is the same as the fan that is projecting the light. Wow, man, his rap is beautiful. Currently, everything is like black and white. Much like this regime is only sees kind of like black and white, and you are part of the problem, so you have to be eliminated and captured. whereas the woman was somewhere in the gray because they thought that she was pure and innocent and just a light that they want to be with in a way, if we want to connect the lyrics as well. But then she ended up being part of the evil that is taking trying to capture them. Oh. That's a cool modern spin with this rap with Daniel. I like these lyrics quite a bit, even though it sounds quite modern in the way that it was written, whereas the rest of the song almost feels very, almost like a poem, very kind of like instinctual, like you're always on my mind 24/7, very modern in contrast with the other lyrics, as they're talking about her lyrically, but also in context of this music video, like peace is always kind of maybe on my mind, like I'm trying to get it back, trying to get out of this place perhaps.
That girl is on my mind 24/7, 365.
Dear God, do you hear my cry? I pray for her back every night. Promise you that I'm a better man, won't never let her go, no, not again. 한 번만 기회를 달라고. 제발 내게 다시 돌아오라고.
Literally, like it looked like he was doing a motion of a gunshot and then everybody fell. Like hope is dying as all of them are dropping dead. And the scene turns black and white. I will fix everything if God, if you exist. Even me denying you, even this habit of only looking for you at times like this. So this is like literally them at their lowest point, much like them about to be captured, as you kind of start just praying and you kind of be like, you know what, God, I know I didn't believe in you, but if you do exist, then please help me get through this. You know, I'll change my ways. I'm a changed man. I'm a change this. I will do things differently. It's only with some people, it's only when they hit the absolute rock bottom is when they realize that they want to believe that there's something greater out there, and suddenly they want to believe in God. That wasn't. You said you will listen to the cries of a weak sheep. As she's a wolf in sheep's clothing. That is a really cool touch because she ends up being the villain. Man, his rap is beautiful. I love this song. Holy shit. Damn, I only said this inside, only said it in my heart. So it's like they only prayed on the inside. They never really manifested those words into the world. Like they prayed to themselves, kind of in a way. As they're about to get captured, we see all these shots of them floating in a white background and a black background. So maybe it's like representing heaven and hell, perhaps, or light and darkness. I'm not really sure. Very interesting. Damn, this is a beautiful song. Whoa, that was a cool shot with Daniel. in this shot. I mean, holy. I prayed for you out loud, and as they did, as they're like at the worst possible condition, literally possibly about to be executed, and they are praying, she comes out, which would probably make you feel like, well, I'm an idiot for believing in anything. Or this part. Whoa. Let's take this back, all the way back. Now the cold ocean wind blows like a knife. Holy shit. These lyrics are actually beautifully represented in this visual, as it's cold as shit. It looks like it's even like snowing a little bit. He's wounded, he's bare, he's without a shirt, and the cold wind feels like endless pain, like a knife. This is absolutely beautiful. Damn. This part. Whoa. This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. Were they all captured, or is one of them? Because one of them is hanging upside down. It's Minhyuk, right? Because she comes out because she was the one who was with them in those shots of them kind of like bonding, showing a beginning of sorts of something positive that turned out to be the biggest negative. As always, these are just my opinions and my interpretation of the song. Just thinking out loud. This is pretty much what this channel is. Me kind of talking to myself really about the song, not forcing my opinion on anyone. I do get some comments from time to time that make it seem like as if I'm telling you what is the meaning of the song, when in reality I'm just thinking out loud, and I happen to have a camera in front of me. So these are just my opinions and my interpretation. You can take it, you can leave it. If you guys have anything to add to the meaning of this music video, want to let me know something that I perhaps missed or don't know, because obviously this is just officially my second music video with BTOB. And this was beautiful, so feel free to drop some knowledge in the comment section. Always appreciate it. Always love reading you guys' comments. And I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.